afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Yeah, everyone present here, please write in the chat if I'm audible. Yeah, am I audible? Please confirm. Okay, yeah, thank you. So, I welcome you all to this ninth day of our Python 0 to Hero training. So, in the last class, we have continued about the Django framework, and we have created one basic website first, basic project, which was a basic calculator, and then after that we have taken one template which we hosted on our Django framework, and then we have done just static things. Now today we are going to change the data of that website dynamically through the database. So we'll be learning the database part today. But before going to the database part, we'll explain something else. Okay, so I've simply opened my VS Code. Let me change the theme so that you can see properly. Okay, so I've simply opened my VS Code in my system. So that project yesterday, the project that we have created, the same project I have opened here. Okay, just a minute. Let me take that theme. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, what we will do is let me run the server and let me confirm whether the project is running or not. So I'll just open the terminal and I'll take a new terminal and I'll run my server. So Python manage.py run server. Okay. Okay, done. So I'll just come back to my browser, and if I open this page, I'm getting the home page of my Travelo template, right? Now this data that we are getting here, we are going to change that data today dynamically. I'm not going to change the complete data. I will be changing this data, this destination data. Like here we are getting Bali, Indonesia, San Francisco, price is there, some description is there, some image is there. All these things are like these four five things we are going to change here dynamically. First of all, we will use one way, and then I'll go for the database part. Okay, so first of all, I want you to all confirm, have you all done till here? Like, are you all getting this kind of output in your Django project? Please confirm this. Like yesterday we have completed till here, so I hope you all are getting this output. Yeah, tell me. Okay, fine. So now to change this data, First of all, what we have to do is, as we all know that we have to pass the data from here. If I open views.py of my Travelo app, uh, I think we have created this my app. No, we have created my app. Okay, so here if I go to the views.py, so from here we have to send the data in the form of a dictionary, if you remember, right? So from here we have to send the data, but let us assume that what data we are going to change here. We are going to change the name of this destination. Okay, one thing is the name, second one is the description, this one, two, price is the three, then we have this image, four, and whether it is having some special offer or not, five. So total five things we are going to change. So name of the destination, a short description, price, image, and whether it is having some special offer or not. So here we can see that there are total 6 destinations. So let's say if I want to change for all the 6 destinations, we have to send 30 variables. Am I right? Because in one variable, in one destination, we have to send 5 data, right? So for the 6 destination, we have to send total 30 variables. Am I right? So it will be very difficult for you to send that 30 variables from here, right? Or it will be not looking good also. It will be very dirty kind of thing. The code will not look better. And if let's say if there are 100 destinations, so in that case, there will be 500 variable. So for that thing, we use a concept of models. We use the concept of models. So if you see here I have one file models.py. So in models.py, what we do, we create a class with the different objects, and that object will be considered, one object will be considered for my one destination. So if I am having 6 destination, there will be 6 different objects for the same class. And we have already studied about the object oriented programming. So we are going to implement that thing here. So what I'll do is, I'm inside the models.py file, which is inside my app. Okay, so here what I'm going to write here I'm going to create a model. So I'll just remove this comment, and I will write here, let's say class. I'll create a class here, and let's give the class name as destination. This is the name of the class that I'm providing here. Okay, now I'll define 5-6 variable which we require. Okay, so let's say I want the name of the destination, and it should be a string. So I'm defining the type of the data also by giving colon. These are my variables which I'm defining. Okay, then I want to define the image which will also be in the form of a string. Then let's say description, again string, price, it will be integer, and offer, and let's say it will be a boolean. Offer means whether the destination is having some special offer or not, this one. So for that we'll take a boolean, true or false. Okay, so these are the 5 things which we are taking here right now. 5 variables we are taking here. Later on we'll change it. Right now I'm just doing this for the explanation. Okay, so now this class is having 5 different variables. Now for one destination we can make different objects of this. We can make a different object of this. Who is this sending? Just a minute, let me block him. Just give me a minute. Okay, fine. Yeah. So we have created the class, we have created the different objects. Now what we will do is, now through this class we will send our data to my HTML file. So what I'll do now I'll come to my views.py where I have created my home function through where we have to send the data here. Now what I'll do here, I'll make a object of my class. So I'll make a destination1 equal to destination. Now this destination you have to import. So if I written here, automatically it has imported the models from here. So you have to write here from my app.models import destination. Okay, so here I am making the object, one object of this destination class. Now we have 5 different variables for this, right? So these 5 variables I have to pass the value. So I'll write here destination1 dot name equal to, let's say I'm giving it as Mumbai. Okay, destination2 dot description is equal to, sorry, destination1 dot description, not 2. And what description should we give here? Tell me. Let's say the city that never sleeps. Okay, this is what I'm giving here. Okay, then destination1 dot price, I'm giving here, let's say 1000. Okay, an image right now I am leaving it, and destination the 1 dot offer is equal to, let's say false, right? There is no offer in this right now, let's say false. Now image right now I am leaving it, later on we'll give the image part. So now these 4 data we have defined here for one destination. Okay, for one destination. Now if I have to pass this, I can write here comma, I'll take a dictionary, I can pass here, let's say dest colon destination1. So now I'm passing this complete object to my data, to my page, complete object. Now similarly, if you have to pass for all the 6 destination, you have to create different objects. Like this is what we are passing from the code. Right now we are not using database. After some time I'll tell you the database part also. But you have to understand this concept. Okay, you have to understand this concept. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll open my index.html from my templates. Okay, now this is my index.html. So I will navigate to my destination code, like wherever I am getting this particular thing, popular destination. I'll just go and navigate there. So I'll scroll down and okay, here you can see. So from here it is starting. So this is my first destination. This is my second destination, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, like so on we are having here. So what I'll do here, I'll just remove 5 destination. I'll just keep only one. I'll keep only one here right now. Okay, and the remaining 5 I'll remove it. I'll remove it. So I've removed the remaining 5 destination. Okay, now after removing, now if I save it, if I save it now, and let me move it here, you can see now I can see only one destination. I can see I hope you can see the screen now, like visible now. So basically I have kept only one destination. The remaining 5 destination I have removed from my code. This is what I've done here till now. Okay. Now, right now we are sending only one destination. So we'll take an example of only one, then I'll see for the multiple one. Okay. So if I have to pass now these 4 value here, the name of the city, the description, the price, the offer, all these things we have to call these variables here. So now what I'll do here, if you let me minimize this. If you see here, special offer we will see later on. If you see this Bali here, so in place of Bali, we have to give the name of the object, the Mumbai city name. So what I'll do here, I will write that Jinja2 template here, and I will call that Jinja2 template, and we'll pass the name of the template. So I'll write here, I'll take two Jinja2 template like this, and here I will pass dest. Now see, the variable name is dest1, which is an object. Okay, so I'll pass here dest1 dot name, dest1 dot name, because we are passing the name. Similarly, if I come here to this price here, let's keep it as dollar only, or you can make it as a rupee if you want to make it as rupee. Let me see, where is my rupee sign? Okay, it's not coming right now. Okay, let's keep it as dollar only right now. And here I'll give it as destination1 dot price, destination1 dot price, and this is my description. So here I'll change it to description dot description. Now if I save it and if I reload my page, okay, we got some error. It's not getting the data. Let me see what is the problem. Render dest. Okay, we have given the variable as dest. Sorry. Here you can see the variable name is dest. So we have to change all this to dests. Okay. Okay, now I'll save it. Let me see what is the problem now. Destination1, that is fine. Index.html. Are we not passing this? Let me restart my server and let me check it again. Python manage.py run server. Okay, so okay, we got some error. Wait. Destination cannot import name myapp.models. Okay, here we are having some error. Let me save this. I haven't saved the models.py file, that's why it was having the problem. Okay, let me do it now. Okay, you can see now we got Mumbai, we got that destination description name, and we got that price. So basically the problem was I haven't saved this models.py, and that is why it was not working. So now it is perfectly working, and we can see the data here. Now, if we have multiple destination, we have to send multiple objects, right? So let us take an example of 3 objects. So what I'll do is I'll just create 3 objects here. Okay. Let's say 2, let's say 3. Okay. So I'll just copy paste here. I'll take here 2, 2, 2. I'll change here 2, and I'll change it to 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So here I've changed all the destination to 1, 2, 3. Now here, let's say I'll change it to Bengaluru, and here let's say I'll give it to beautiful city. Let's give it as 900, and let's give some offer on Bengaluru. I'll give it at true. Okay, now here I'll give it as, let's say, Hyderabad. First biryani, then Sherwani. Let's say give this message. Okay, and here I'll give it as, let's say, 950, and I'll keep it as false. Okay, now this return, now here we have to return 3 things. Okay, so what the better option is that I will write here dest equal to, I'll create a list here, dest1 comma dest2 comma dest3, Now I am passing all the three destination as a list here, and this here I'll change this dest1 to dests. Now all the three destination I am sending it in the form of a list there. Now if I save this, now this part is done. Now if you go to index.html, now we have three destination. That means this part of code will be there for 3 times. It will be there for 3 times. So instead of giving all these three again and again, we can use loop. Am I right? We can execute this code in the loop so that we don't have to give this again and again, right? And we are sending the data in the list, so we can use this one in the loop, test one. So what I can do here, here we have to execute the loop. So I'll write here, I'll use the Jinja template. I'll write here for dest. Now the variable name is dest here, okay, dests, okay. So for dest, let's say dest in dests. So what does it mean? I'm executing the for loop for all the destination present inside the dest, okay, and one by one it is going to be stored inside this dest variable. This is the for loop that I am executing right now. Okay, now wherever we have used this dests one, now I'll change it to dest now, because the variable name is dest. Now I'll change it to dest, and at the end here I'll close my for loop. So end for. Now I save it. If I save it now, and if I come back here and reload the page, okay, you can see we got the three output here: Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. The price is different, the description is different. Right now the image is same, we will later on change the image, and you can see right now it is displaying the special offer in all the three. But let's say I want to display this special offer in only that place wherever the value is true, wherever this offer is true. So what I can do here, now if you see the special offer part, this is the special offer part, right? So what I can do here, I can give a condition again here. If dest.offer, now we can write here equal to true, but if you don't write true, that will also be fine. It will work in both cases. That means if this is true, then only do this, otherwise don't do this. So now I'll close the for loop here, sorry, if condition here. So I'll write here end if. Now this part of the code will only be executed if the dest.offer will be true, right? So now if I come back here, if I reload, you can see that I am getting the special offer in Bengaluru only. If I come to views.py, if I give the special offer to this Mumbai also, let me make it as true, and if I save it now, see, you got in Mumbai also. So you can see how dynamically we are changing the data here. But right now we are changing it from the code, from the PHP, like from the Python dynamically. We are not doing it right now from the database. But I have to explain this concept of modeling, model that will be used in the database. That's why I've given this example to you. So am I clear, everyone? Is this thing clear? Please confirm on the chat. Please confirm. Okay, fine, great. Okay, fine. Now, now the next thing is we have understood this all thing, and we can give as number of objects, as number of destination we want. We can do all these things now. Now coming to the database part. Now obviously if we have 100 destination, we will not create 100 objects, right? We have to use database. We have to use database. Now for the database part, um, I have to explain something here. There is one topic, there is one concept that you need to understand. Okay, so let me tell you that first. Now we have one concept of ORM, which stands for Object Relational Mapping. Like this Django, this Python supports ORM. Like in Java, in the Java for ORM we use Hibernate framework. If you have worked on Java, maybe you have heard about that Hibernate framework. Okay, but here in Django, in Python, in Django supports this ORM. Now what is this object relational mapping? Anybody know about this? Everyone present here, just tell me, do you know about this ORM concept? Yeah. Just tell me yes or no. Doesn't matter whether you know or not, but just tell me whether you know it or not. Have you heard this concept before? Okay, I got one answer, no. Fine. See what is actually it is. With the concept of ORM, what you can do is we can, it basically I can say that it is a technique where we can create tables in database with class, with the class that we have made. Right now here we made one class, right? Here we made one class. So let's say in this class we have 5 variables. So it will understand these 5 variables as 5 columns in the table. 5 columns in the table. So automatically from the class we can make the table in the database and add data or records with the objects, from the class. With the help of objects, we can add the data or records in our table. It can be MySQL database, it can be PostgreSQL database. You can use any database which supports object-oriented relational database management system, ORDMS. Not ORDMS, Object Relational Database Management System. So MySQL support, this PostgreSQL support that. So you can use MySQL, you can use PostgreSQL. So in my session, I will be demonstrating that on PostgreSQL database. Okay, so that's a magic of ORM. With the help of ORM, you can directly create table in the database with the help of class, and we can add the data with the help of objects. That we'll see in the practical. Am I clear, everyone? I hope the ORM concept is clear. Yeah. So now to use this database part, see, if you want to use MySQL database, you can install XAMPP server in your system. That's a local server, but XAMPP is very much common. MySQL is very much common. You will get so many tutorials on MySQL with Django's at so many places. So to keep it separate, to keep it different, I will be telling you on PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL. this database. I will be using this database, which is also known as Postgre, and it is also a free open source relational database management system. Okay, all the queries are similar to MySQL, and MySQL is little bit faster than this, but if you are working on a larger data, then this PostgreSQL will be better option. And here the concurrency is also good. It can handle large number of users at a time. So it's a very powerful database. Okay, so we can use this one for the of our project. Okay, so I will be demonstrating our project. Just a minute. I will be demonstrating our project on this particular database. So for that, we have to install it in our system. Okay, and it takes some time to install. So I'll be telling you the steps, and later on after the session, you can install it and you can use it. Okay, so you have to go to this official website of this PostgreSQL. If you go to this website, here you can get the option to download. Okay, or you can go here for the downloading part. So I'll click on this download, and here you will get the different options for Linux, for Mac OS, for Windows, for BSD, for Solaris, whatever operating system you are using. Just you have to download that. So if I click on Windows, it will take me to this page. Now here you have to click on download the installer. So if you click on this download the installer, yeah, that's our main download page of your PostgreSQL. So you can go for any version. So in my case, I have installed this version, the latest one. And from this button, you can just simply click and your downloading will start. If you are using Windows 32-bit, you have to go for this version. Okay. So any of the version you can download. And if you see, if I click on the button, so it will give you to this page and your download will start automatically. You can see the downloading is started now. I'll cancel it out because I have already downloaded and installed this. This is one thing that you have to install. Okay. Now I'll tell you the installation steps. After this, we have to install one more thing, which is pgadmin. Pgadmin is the UI which will be used to manage this PostgreSQL. It will be used to manage this PostgreSQL. So here we will be using this pgadmin to manage this PostgreSQL. Am I clear? Is there any problem with my internet? Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so just a minute. What is the problem happening? Why the Google is not opening? Okay, now it's working. So I'll search for pgadmin. So this pgadmin also you have to download and install this. Okay, so what is happening? Why the Google is not working? Let me check. Just give me a minute. Okay, it's working. Let me try it on the other browser. Okay, yeah, so here it is working. I think there is a problem in the Google Chrome. So you have to search for pgadmin. So I'll just search for here pgadmin. And this is the website of pgadmin. So you have to click on this. Now here you can scroll down or you can click on this download button. If you see here we have the download button. Now according to your operating system you can download. So if I click on Windows, it will start downloading for my Windows if I directly click on this version. So in my case I've already downloaded this, so I'll not download this. So these two files you have to download for this PostgreSQL. Fine. After downloading, when you start the setup, now let me tell you the steps that you have to follow in the setup part. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so I've taken the screenshots here. So when you will be installing the PostgreSQL, this is the first page, first window that you will be getting. So here you simply have to press the next button. Then here again next, you don't have to do anything here. It is just checking the installation directory path. Okay, same thing, yeah, same for Linux, same for every environment. Okay. Then here again you have to click on next. Again here next. Now here when you will be on this option, here it will ask you for password for the super user, that is Postgres. So here you can give any password. In my case I have given 12345, and don't forget the password, otherwise you will not be able to access that. Okay, so you have to give the password here. So I have given here 12345 in my case. After giving the password, if you simply do next, you'll get the port number. So 5432 is the port number of PostgreSQL. Like for the MySQL we have 3306, but for the PostgreSQL you will have 5432. It will be by default written here, so you don't have to do anything here. Simply click on next, 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 and your installation will be started. So you have to just follow these steps and you have to install this PostgreSQL. It will take around 5 to 10 minutes for the installation. Okay, after this you have to install pgadmin. Now in the pgadmin you don't have to worry much in this pgadmin, because that's a very simple steps. Here you have to install for all users. Then you have to just simply press next, 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 and you have to install it. Nothing difficult here. Simply you have to press next and you have to install the pgadmin. So these two things you have to install for working on PostgreSQL. No option for Linux. Which one you are asking for? PostgreSQL. Here we have an option for Linux. See, this is a Linux option. Debian, Red Hat, Ubuntu, SUSE, or other Linux. Here we have an option. You can use anyone, whatever you are using. Okay. And for the pgadmin, you can use this one, Python one, Mac OS one. No, not Mac OS. Wait. Use this container option, container one. If you go to this container, they will give you the steps to install this. Okay, so container, or let me check for Linux. I have not used that. There must be some option for Linux. Okay, Tamanna, I'll just check it for Linux and I'll share that link with you later on. Okay, I have to check for Linux because I have never used Linux as my main operating system, so I have to check for Linux. I think this apt command will work, maybe. RPM, yeah, here we have for RPM, then source code. Okay, I'll check it for that. I'll tell you. Okay, don't worry, I'll tell you. But you can, meanwhile you can install this one, PostgreSQL. For this pgadmin, I'll check it for the Linux and I'll tell you how to do it for the Linux. I'll share some resources for that. Okay. Now, when you install these two things, when you have installed these two things, you have to just go to your start menu and start the pg admin that you have installed. So I'll just see, you can see here I'm getting this pg admin. So if I open this pg admin, that is available, that is available for Linux, that is available. Okay, PostgreSQL and pg admin. So it will take some time to open this pg admin. You don't have to open PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is installed in the backend part. Through pg admin, we will be accessing the PostgreSQL. Okay. Take some time. Why it is taking time? Okay, you can search for that. Okay. Yeah, so when you open the pg admin, you will be getting this page. This window you will be getting. And it will ask in the first, when you are opening it for the first time, it will ask you to set up the password. Okay, it will ask you to set up the password. Okay, so you can write here any passwords. In my case, I have already given 1 2 3 4 5. So I'll click on OK. Now this will be the page that you will be getting for the pg admin. Now you have to click on this servers. If you click here, you can see here we have a servers. So if you click on this servers, you can see the PostgreSQL, and again will ask you the PostgreSQL password. Now it is asking you for the user PostgreSQL which we have created during the installation. So here I will write 1 2 3 4 5 and press OK. Done. Now my PostgreSQL is logged in. And these are the things that you will be getting. Like here you will be getting database. Now this my database I have already created before. This Postgres is the default database here. So these are all things you will be getting here. Okay. So now, first of all, we will be creating a database here, because we have to get the data of our website from the database only. So we need to create the database here, then only we can work on that, right? So what I'll do here, I'll right click on this databases. I'll right click on this. I'll go to create and I'll go to database. Okay, I'll repeat. I'll right click on this databases. I'll go to create and I'll click on database. Now you'll get this window when you click on this database. Now here you have to provide the database name. So let me provide the database name as Travelo. I'm giving the database name as Travelo. Okay, so this is the name of the database that I'm going to take here right now. Then after that, the owner will be the PostgreSQL. Here we don't have to change it. Here we have to keep it as it is. And then click on the save button. Click on the save button. So it will take some time. And okay, so now the database is created. You can see the Travelo database here. If you open this, if you go to the schemas, here you will get the table which you will be creating later on. Right now we don't have any table, that's why we are not getting anything here. Okay, so this is my database which we have created. Now database is created. Now after that, we will come back to my VS Code. And now this Django framework by default use SQLite 3 database. So now we have to tell him that we have to use PostgreSQL, not SQLite 3. We have to tell him that. So where we will tell this? You have to go to the settings.py in your project. So I'll open this Travelo. I'll go to settings.py, and if you scroll down somewhere, you'll get database option. Okay, here. If you see here, we have the database option. Okay. So here it is saying that it is using SQLite 3. So we'll change this to PostgreSQL. If you are using MySQL, you have to change it to MySQL. So I'll write here PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL. Okay. Then after this, we have to pass some more things. So I'll remove this one. Now in the name, we have to pass the name of the database. So right now we created the database with the name Travelo. So this database we have already created now. Then we have to pass, give a comma, pass the username of the database. So what is the username of the database? Can anybody tell me in the chat? What was the username for the database, the super user? If you remember, tell me. What was the name of the database? Yeah, tell me. Forgot that. Root. No, root is the name of the database in the case of MySQL. If you go for MySQL, there it was root. But here when we installed this PostgreSQL, when we have set the password, there it was mentioned that the database name is Postgres. That's a default name, Postgres. Okay. Then you have to give the password. Oh, sorry. And the password was 12345, which we have created. And at last you have to give the host. Now what is this host? Host is the system where your database is present, where it exists. So here you have to give the IP address of that server where your database is there. So it is already in our own server, and for that I'll write here localhost. It's in the local server. The Django project and the database, they both are in the same server. That is why we'll give here localhost. So these are some settings that you have to set here, and then you can save it. Okay. Am I clear? Now after saving this, now remember one thing, to connect the Django and PostgreSQL, we need a library, and that library name, package name is scop G2. Scop G2. This is a package that you have to install. Like in the MySQL, we have MySQL client. For the MySQL, we have MySQL client. For the Postgres, we have scop G2. So this needs to be installed if you have to make a connection of Django with the PostgreSQL. So if you search this on Google, see here, you'll get the website of this, and this is the command that you have to use to install. So if I copy this, if I open my command prompt, and here I can simply write pip install scop G2. If I press enter, it is already there in my system, so I got the message requirement already satisfied. In your case, it will start downloading and install it. Okay, am I clear? And if you are using MySQL, let's say you want to use MySQL. So in that case, you have to install pip install pip install MySQL client. MySQL client. This is what you have to install in the case of MySQL. So it is also installed in my case. So it will say that the requirement already satisfied. Okay, so for MySQL you install this. For Psycop G2 you have to install this one for PostgreSQL. Okay, now after installing this, I'll come back to my VS Code. Now we have to make some change in my model. So I'll go back to my model. Now this definitions that we have defined here, the class string, integer, bool, now this will not be accepted by the database. Here we have to give some defined model. So if you search on Google, let's say model fields, if you search on model fields, or you can search Django model fields. Again, what happened to Google? Let me search in the other browser. I don't know what is happening to the Google Chrome again and again. So Django model fields. If I search on the Google for this, you will get the official documentation website of this Django. If you go to this model field reference, and if you scroll down, you can see here we have Boolean field, binary field, big auto field, character field, date field, date time field, decimal field, duration field. We have so many fields here: text field, time field, URL field. And if you go to any one of these fields, they will tell you how to use that also. They'll tell you the way of using that also. Okay, so this all thing we have to use according to our requirement. Okay, so if I go back to my code, I'll change this to my model field according to my model field. So what I'll do is for the name, it's a character part. So I will write here models, this models dot character field. See, you got here character field. Okay, and here I'll give the max length as 100. The maximum length of the character should be 100. Okay, then after this, this image is the image field. So I'll write here models dot image field, and here we have to pass where the image should be uploaded. When the image, because this image will be uploaded by the user. Okay, so we have to write here, let's say upload underscore to. So it should be uploaded to a pics folder. We will make a pics folder, and in that pics folder, our images will be uploaded. Okay, then description also we'll change it to models dot character. We can take text field. Okay, then for the price we will take models dot integer field. Okay, and for the offer, models dot boolean field. We can pass a default value of the boolean as false. So this is the change that we have done in the model, so that it can automatically create the database, table in the database for this class. So all these 5 will be considered as our column in the database, and ID will be automatically there. We don't have to define the ID. ID will be automatically there in that case. So now everyone tell me, am I clear till here? Am I clear? Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Now to create table, now we have to migrate the model to the database. We have to do the migration, and then only the table will be created. migration. Whenever we do some change in the table, whether we add some column, whether we delete some column, whatever change we do in the table, we have to migrate that. Then only the table will be updated. Now, there is a concept of remigration also. Remigration means migrating it again after doing some change. So to make you understand about the remigration part, what I'll do is I'll make a mistake here. Let's say I'll remove this bracket. I'll make a mistake. Like I'm doing a mistake on its own, that there is a mistake for this particular column for price. For price, I'm doing a mistake. I'm removing the bracket. Okay. And I'm saving it now. Okay. Now this mistake I've done. Now let's migrate the model to the database. Now for the migration, we have to open the terminal. So let me open the terminal and let me make it big for you so that you can see that properly. I hope you can see that, everyone. Okay. Okay. So for this, for the migration part, we have to write one command, Python. Oh, sorry, not here. Python manage.py make migrations. First of all, we have to set up the migration. Set up the migration. And what migration needs to be done? So Python manage.py make migrations. So if I press enter, now it is saying no changes detected. Why it is doing this? Because I have done actually this thing before. In your case, you will be getting some kind of message, okay, that success message or something like that. And after doing this, if you go to your file structure, in the migration folder, if you see here, we have a migration folder. So if you go inside the migration folder, you will get one file here, see, which is empty right now. So what I'll do here, after doing this, let us migrate this project first. So for doing the migration, I'll write here Python. Let me close this. Python manage.py, and I'll write here migrate. Python manage.py migrate. Now if I press enter, okay, now you can see it has applied the migration, done the migration. It has done the migration. Now my table is created. Now if I go back to my PG admin, okay, and if I right click on this and if I refresh this, now if I go inside the schemas, let me see, there must be some table created here. Just a minute. In the Travelo, some table should be coming here. Why the table have not came here? Let me refresh it again. Let me check it. Just a minute. Let me check this. What's the problem? Views.settings.py. Host is localhost. Password is 12345. Postgres TRAVELLO. Let me confirm this with here. TRAVELLO. Okay, yeah, here, see, now I got it. Now in the schema, if you see here, we got the tables, and if you go inside this, you can see automatically it has created the tables. You can see here. Okay, we got the tables here. Now if I wait, let me see some tables here. Let me do the migration again. What is the problem? Okay, I'll just run the migration code again. Make migrations and migrate. it should give a destination table here. Why it is not giving here? I think there is some problem somewhere. Let me check my model. Just give me a minute. There is some problem. Class is okay. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, by mistake it has imported this line. Let me remove this. Let me save it. And let me run the server again. Okay, now make migrations. There is some problem today. I don't know why it is not working. Wait, let me create another database. Let me delete this. And see, basically you will see the database like this. Let me show it to you. Let me delete. Like here you can see traveler.destination. Like this you will be getting the database. But right now why it is not giving this, giving the problem. Let me create another database and let me try it in that. What I'll do is I'll right click on the database and let me stop the project first. And here I'll change it to, let's say I'll change it to my data. My data is the name of the database. Okay. So my data, yeah, same name. I'll click on save. Okay, it's done. So if I open this schemas right now in the tables, we don't have any table right now. You can see here right now we don't have any table. Okay. Now I'll come back to my code and let me, in the models, I'll just keep this bracket right now. Maybe this is creating the problem. So I'll just keep this bracket right now. And now I'll do the migration. So Python manage.py make migrations. And now migrate. Okay. Now it has done this. So now I'll come back and let me refresh and check. Okay, now see. Now we got here traveler_destination. See. So maybe that was there was some problem. So you can see here we got the table, and if I right click here and view and edit data all rows. So you can see here right now. Okay, wait, I think I've opened the previous database. Wait. This is the previous one. Wait. I not run the server. Is the server not running? Let me check. Okay, the server is not running. Let me run the server. There are so many changes that we have to do in this. Okay, now the server is running. Okay, now I'll give the command python .py make migrations. Okay, now I'll migrate. Okay, so it has done the migration now. Refresh. It is not creating. Okay, I'll check it out today. What is the problem it is giving today? I don't know why it is giving the problem for this. It should not give the problem. I'll check that. Okay, but let me explain what actually will happen in this. See, basically when you run this code, you will get the database like this. Let me show you the previous one. I'll figure it out what's the problem, but it will take some time. So in this my database, this is my previous database which is created here. So if you see here, you'll get this kind of database, and if you right click and view data all rows, you'll get this kind of table. By default it will be empty here. Right now I have entered some data, that's why here we are getting the data. It will be empty by default. So like this we can create the database in the PostgreSQL using this class. So maybe there is something problem it is giving. Maybe if I restart my database and system, it will work, because there is nothing problem in this, everything will work. So you all try it in your system, and if you face any problem, you can just tell me later on. So am I clear till here, everyone? Tell me. Okay, see, I got the missing thing. See, the problem is here I missed one thing. Here I have to write models dot model. Yeah, this line I have missed here. This line, model dot model. This is the missing thing. If I save it now, and now if I do the migration, make migrations, done, and if I do migrate, okay, now if I go back to my PG admin, my data, I'll refresh my data, and you can see now my app underscore destination. This is what you got here. And if I right click here, view all rows, and see right now if you see here, we got only one column. How many columns we got here? Only one column we got here, ID. So if you do it from the beginning, because we have done the migration 2-3 times, that's why we are getting only one column. So if you do it from the beginning part, you will get all these columns, Am I clear? Tell me. So that is how we create the database. So today we have created the database and table and everything. So if you complete till here, if you follow the steps till here, you will be able to create the database and the table. Am I clear? So now let me see why it is not created. That column is not created. Okay, see here we have to replace this colon to equal to. Now see, initially when we have done the migration, it was having some problem here, and that is why the table was having only ID column. But when we have done the changes, we have to remigrate. Remigrate means after doing the changes, it should do the modification that we want to do. So if I save it now, and if I open the terminal again, let me clear this CLR. Okay, so now if I write here Python manage.py make migrations. If I press enter, now it is saying that it is impossible to add a nullable field description to add destination. So it is saying about some column that we have to pass some default value for the description column. Okay, so what it is saying, provide a one default row or quit and manually define a default row in the models.py. So what I'll do here, I'll just take the first option 1 and then let's define a value as 0. 0 is the default value, let's say. If I press enter, now again it is saying for the image also. So I'll just select 1, default value as 0, 1, default value as 0, 1, default value as 0, and done. Now all these fields are added. Now I have to migrate this. So Python manage.py migrate. If I press enter, the migration is done. Now if I come back to here, if I reload this, refresh, and if I view data, you can see we got all the columns: description, image, name, offer, integer, everything we got here. So am I clear, everyone? Is this thing clear? Tell me. Okay. So for today, I'll keep it till here only. And in the next session, we will learn how to insert data in this table. And after inserting the data in this table, how can we display the data on our website here from the database? Okay, these all things we'll be learning in the next session. Okay. So now, do you have any queries? Anyone? Just repeat all these things in your case and do everything in your case. And if you face any problem, you can just ask me in the next session or in the Telegram. Okay. Okay. So any doubts? Any questions? And tomorrow will be our last day for this. Okay. Is it possible to fill table from another website? How another website? No. Like another website means what you want to see? It should be from the same server, na? Whenever we fill the data, we have to keep it in the same server, na? Then only we can do it, na? How we can do it from another website? If I am registering on a Facebook, I can do it from the Facebook only. I cannot register for the Facebook from Gmail account, from the Gmail website. We have to fill the data from the same website only, no? And we will be doing from the admin portion. We will Django has a feature that gives you the admin feature. Okay, so we will be using that admin feature to add the data here. Okay. Okay, now do you have any questions? Now meanwhile, let me share the attendance form with you. It is loading. No connection. Okay, I'm giving the form attendance form with you. You can go and fill it now. Okay, you can take the form from the chat. I've given the form. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Tamanna, if you are here, I am sharing the link, one link on the Telegram channel. Just follow that link to install the PG admin in Linux. Okay. 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 So, have you all filled the forms? So, any doubts? So, can we wind up now? I'm getting error to run manage.py file. What error you are getting, Saurabh? What is the error that you are getting? Not running. Basically, you should be getting some error, na? Some error message or something. Can't find file. Okay. So maybe you are running at different path. See, when you are running, if you have opened the project where the manage.py, you can see it here. See, if I open the terminal from here, see, if I write here ls, if I write here ls, sorry, not here, here, you can see I am getting all the files present here. So I can see manage.py here. So maybe you are not in that path. So just check by typing ls, are you getting manage.py or not? Maybe you are outside some folder. So you have to change the path of that folder by using cd command and then execute that command. Am I clear? Okay. So your terminal is not running at that particular path. That is why it is giving you error. Okay. Yeah, fine. So I hope now there is no questions. So I'll see you tomorrow for the last day. Okay. And we'll complete this website tomorrow. So please complete everything till here, whatever we have done. And in case of any problem, you can ask me tomorrow. So bye everyone. Have a great evening. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.